Hi everyone and welcome to a new video. Now I started this video already, got 5 minutes in, then it stopped filming and said, oh, your capacity on your iPhone is full and you have to delete some footage. And I was like, you're kidding, you couldn't tell me before. Like, good advice, check your capacity on your phone before you stop filming because it could get frustrating. So I was sort of kind of tagged by Curtis at Curtis Books and Films to do a tag that has been going around almost like the plague. But yeah, it is quite fitting to the style of tags I would, or like the way I would like to do tags. I saw that Tiffany over at Hierarchy of Reads and Mark at Words Everywhere had this conversation on Twitter that they don't really understand this tag and don't really like the questions. I sort of do because it will make a great storytime video, which this will be one of those. And it's very fitting to, again, the style of tag video I would like to do. I did the spring cleaning book tag in which I was tagged by Megan and Sue over at the restricted section. And you can get a hint of what I mean with that tag as well. And I sort of want to use tag questions a little bit similar like Mafia over at MCS Books does, in the way that I would like to use them as a starting point for the discussion or like a wider video, and maybe answering questions, go from there. So yeah, if you do tag me in a video, consider that I might either change it up or decide not to do it when it's not really fitting a topic I would like to talk about. This is nothing personal. I really enjoy watching tag videos because I pretty much enjoy everything. If I don't enjoy it, I will not watch it because it's, I know, very shocking concept of like simply not watching the content you don't enjoy and maybe do the content you enjoy yourself, but let's not get into that. But for me, I would like to do something a little bit different with tags. Therefore, I was really glad for this tag because yeah, those could be a great starting point for having a sort of story time, chatty video about my life. And I think you kind of enjoy it when I get a little more personal, a little bit more chatty, and yeah, just like talk a bit more about my life other than books. So let's start and go on with the questions because there are 50 questions. So I think it's best if you grab something to eat or to drink, whatever you prefer, because it could be a longer video and I hope it doesn't stop in the middle of recording. The first question is, what's your favorite candle scent? And for me that would be a flowery fresh scent. But one thing is that I suffered from migraine, and suffered, I mean the last attack was a year ago or so, which is a long time for me since I used to have chronic migraines. And one trigger, as you call it in this field, I guess, for me was strong scents. And I discovered that when I was in this little shop in Italy, and we bought some Yankee candles we mainly use them for like putting between clothes because of the smell, so it doesn't like get a weird smell when it's in the closet. So I smelled a few Yankee candles there and immediately got a migraine. So I found that out pretty fast. So it's not something I want voluntarily around a lot because I'm afraid it will trigger another migraine. The second question is, oh, by the way, I have not prepared any of the questions, which I did that on purpose, so it's more like an immediate reaction, I guess. The second question is which female celebrity do you wish were your sister? That might be a weird one because she is way older than me, but Meryl Streep. I would like to have a sister like Meryl Streep. So that's my answer. Question 3 is which male celebrity do you wish were your brother? That's harder. I don't really know, because also like with female actors or like celebrities, it's more like it's like more you fancy them than you actually look at them and think that would be great brother or sister. But the dude that played JD in the series Scrubs, I forgot his name, but that dude. Question 4. How old do you think you will be when you marry? I don't really want to get married. And I definitely don't have a specific age where I don't want to get married. Where I want to get married. I only want to get married if my partner like says, you know, I think it would be easier for us and stuff, and I hope that doesn't happen, but like if my partner wants to do that, I would be fine. It's not just something I want to happen necessarily. So yeah, I don't really want to get married, which is quite funny because as a kid I really wanted to get married. So yeah, now not really. Question 5 is, do you know someone who's a hoarder? No. Some people might consider me as a hoarder, but I'm definitely not. Because I'm not really sentimental about any stuff I own, most of it. But no, not really. And if they do, then that's their life choice. Question 6 is, can you do the splits? I used to, because I used to do ballet, but I can no longer do them, especially also with like money issues and stuff. Question 7 is, how old were you when you learned to ride a bike? Quite late. I don't remember the exact age, but it was more like I had to, other than I wanted to, like because of school and stuff. Question 8, how many oceans have you swum in? 2, I guess. Yeah, I think 2. Question 9 is, how many countries have you visited? Okay, let's count together. Like I'm counting from when I was a child, like a child with like a consciousness. Canada, no, let's not count the US, because I'm not sure I was there when I was a kid. No, I don't think so. Canada, Greece, Spain, Turkey, Italy, Germany, Austria. Anything else? I don't think so. So that would be 7 countries. I think so. I think. Yeah. Did I say Italy? I said Italy because that's like basically the country I'm always going. But yeah, 7, I think. Question 10. Is anyone in your family in the army? Not currently, but they were. Because like we have this thing with the army, and every male citizen, every male person in this country has to do service for the army in some way, be that military or otherwise. Question 11. What would you name your daughter if you had one? Not really desiring to have kids either right now, maybe in the future. A name, I used to have a list with like names for girls and boys. I no longer do. But a name that always stood out to me is Charlene. Recently also Nesta and Emilia and Nella. So those. Then the next question is actually, if I can find it, what would you name your son if you had one? All-time favorite have been Romeo, Jonathan and Joshua. So those 3. Then question 13, what's the worst grade you got on a test? Now, for that I have to explain like the Swiss school system, kind of. We have grades from 1 to 6. 6 is the best, 1 is the worst. I was really bad at math, so there was a test where I had a 1.5. So, great. I'm still like the worst at math, but I no longer have to do it, so I'm glad. Let's move on, because I will have nightmares still about like having to take math tests. So let's just move on. Question 14 is, what's your favorite TV show as a kid? Something I realized is that I know a lot of TV shows, even though I was a kid that was quite a lot of time outside. Like, I was obsessed with being outside to a degree that I was like a complete nature child. I could sleep outside if you would told me. But I know quite some like TV shows as well. And then I think, did we have more time as a kid? So yeah, some of mine were Angela Anaconda, I think you call it that way. The anime of Alice in Wonderland, The Moomins. What else? The Tweenies. Does anyone know the Tweenies? Does anyone know Jellybees? I think that's what they were called. Jellybees. I love those. Yeah, just to name a few. Then moving on, question 15. What did you dress up for Halloween when you were 8? Does anyone remember that? Like, I don't think I ever dressed up as anything in Halloween, but I would also not remember. Like, I was once... No, I don't remember. Yeah, no. Does anyone do remember? Question 16. Have you read any Harry Potter, Hunger Games, Twilight? I have read all Harry Potter, watched all the movies. I have not seen or read any of the Hunger Games. Not read any of the Twilight, seen most of the movies. Question 17. Would you rather have an American or British accent? I enjoy both. I would rather have a British accent. Question 18. Did your mother go to university? No, but it also doesn't matter. Like, why should it matter? Question 19. Are your grandparents still married? One side definitely would be. they would still be alive. The others I'm not so sure because, yeah, let's not get into that. But they were still married at the time back then. So yeah. Question 20. Have you ever taken karate lessons? For some reason, I think that's a Mandela effect thing. For some reason, I always think I have, but I haven't. I think it's because my friends did, but I didn't. But I always think it is. Question 21. Funny story coming your way. Do you know who Kermit the Frog is? Yes, I do. I know he's a figure from the Muppets. And he used to, I think they are divorced now. He used to be married to Miss Piggy. So funny story. In the town where I just hope they don't see it, but I have no idea why they would watch that. In this town I go to in Italy, there is 1 week where we go there. There's this massive dance competition. And like massive, like very well-known dancers from all around the world. They go there and practice and have like some competitions there, like world champions of dancing. And there's one couple, and he reminds me of Kermit the Frog. And she had red hair, so I called them Kermit and Miss Piggy. So every time I hear Kermit, this Meg comes to mind. And he just looks like Kermit the Frog. Okay, let's move on. Wow, it really is showing a very great side of man. Anyway, 25. What was the first amusement park you visited? That's Gardaland in Italy. You will have to look it up because their mascot is Prezzemolo and he's adorable. And I loved the theme park, but I was also kind of like traumatized still because there's like this big tree. And we went in there and were thinking, I guess it was like a movie showing. So you were put into seats. And then all of a sudden it went dark and then they put like those barriers things down and you were like pushed upside down, and I was just crying because I was thinking I was going to watch a movie and then I almost died. So I'm still traumatized from that, but it was also great. I still dream about it. So yeah. Question 23. Which language would you like to be fluent in? Not really a language, but dialects that is spoken here in Switzerland. And that's Rätoromanisch. It's one of the five German, German, Italian, French, Rätoromanisch 4. Oops. I know my country. Yeah, but Rätoromanisch is one of the languages that are spoken here, and I would like to learn that. Also, Catalan, the language that is talked in Catalonia, the part of Spain. I would also really like to learn that and speak it fluently. Do you spell it grey with an A or an E? With an E, I think. Yeah. 25. Is your father bald? I don't think he would be. No. I think I get my strong hair. It's not really strong. I got that from him or my grandmother. I don't know. But no, I don't think so. 26. Do you know triplets? No is like over exaggerated. But yeah, I kind of know a pair of triplets. They live close to us, but we don't really talk. Question 27. Do you prefer the Titanic or Notebook? The Titanic, I have not seen the Notebook. And fun fact, I have not watched the Titanic as a whole. I only watched it as like in snippets. I watched the beginning and not the end, or the end but not the beginning. Beginning. Do you know that? Okay, no. So I know the whole movie, but I have never watched the whole as a whole. If you know what I mean. Where am I? Okay. Have you ever had Indian food? Question 28. Yes, I do. I really enjoy it. I have to be careful because of the paprika and the pepperoni things, because I'm quite sensitive to that, but otherwise, yeah. Question 29. What's the name of your favorite restaurant? I don't really like to eat outside, like not at home. I'm very weird with that. Like, I don't like ordering food. I don't like eating it because I'm scared I will get food poison, and I don't like being watched by people when I eat, and I always think that when I'm in a restaurant I will get like people will watch me eat and it's like one of my weird fears. Probably has to do with my social anxiety, but yeah, I'm not really a fan. So I will just say like the food in my hotel in Italy. That's the best restaurant. And I feel comfortable there eating because it's basically home. So 13, question 13, not 13, 30. Have you ever been to Nando's? Explain. No. Question 31. Do you belong to any warehouse stores? Again, explain. Can someone explain what belonging to a warehouse? Whorehouse? No, okay. Warehouse store means. Oh, but what is that? Like, how do you belong to that? Do you sell your soul like you sell the soul to the devil? Then it would be a bookstore. But no, okay. Explain. 32. What would your parents name you if you'd been the opposite gender? Claude. Probably after Claude Monet, let's be real. Because my parents were that way. Basically why I am that way. But yeah, Claude. I used to be really pissy about that, but I could deal with it now. Question 33. What's your nickname? I have loads. My mom calls me a male nickname because of like a meme or like a funny video that is going around Switzerland, which is weird because she does that in public and I'm like, can you not? Some people call me Miri, short for Miriam. I prefer Miriam, just like Miriam. That's fine. All good. Question 34. Who's your favorite person in the world? My mother. Yeah. She has always been there, always supported me. Has not yet gone crazy because of me, so that makes her my favorite person. Question 35 is, would you rather live in the country or the city? Somewhere in between, because I always said the country, but recently I've been going to Zurich because I'm studying there, and I fell in love with the city. I also fell in love with Berlin, so something in between, like the suburbs maybe. 36. Can you whistle? Like, yes, not like this way. I don't get it, and no. Do you sleep with a nightlight? No, but like our shades are not blocking the sun completely, or like the light outside, so that's like the exact amount of light I need. Do you eat breakfast every morning? Yes, for me breakfast is the most important meal of the day. Question 39 is, do you take any daily pills or medication? Yes, I'm on the contraception pill for various reasons, and I also take some medication for my hair and nails, basically for my hair that it keeps being nice and strong and not fall out, and for my nails so I can still use them as weapons. No, not really, but like I usually take them for my hair, but it's also a side effect that your nails are stronger, and that's really practical so they don't break that easily. What medical condition do you have? Again, I used to sort of still have, you're never like completely cured from it, migraine, and also like the thing with my knee. So like the front thing of my knee can easily fall out, and operation is not yet a thing, but might be in the future. So yeah, that's a thing, 2 things. Also like general, like I have a low iron level, so I get exhausted more easily. Yeah. 24. Why? 41. How many times have you been to the hospital? Maybe 24 was the answer for the question. Question 42 was, have you ever seen Finding Nemo? Yeah, of course. It's a great movie, very sweet. Question 43, where do you buy your jeans? I'm not really a massive jeans person anymore. I used to be, and no longer really is my style. So, question 44, what's the last compliment you got? That I am doing very well in my studies. Yeah, a compliment I gladly took. Question 45 is, do you usually remember your dreams in the morning? Yes, but like for 1 second and then they're lost. Which is weird because I want to write them down, and the moment I want to write them down, I forget about them. Question 46 is, what flavor tea do you enjoy? I don't really like tea. Yeah, let's move on, otherwise Amy will come and kill me. Well, she can't actually, because it was snowing kind of, then she can't move, which is great. So I don't really like tea. I really don't like tea. I never drink tea, so okay. Question 47. How many pairs of shoes do you currently own? Too many? I'm that woman. No, too many. Too many. And I never stop buying them. Let's not get into how many purses I have. No. Okay, let's move on. Question 48. What religion would you raise your children to practice? Again, children. But I would not raise them with any specific religion. If they would like to follow a religion themselves, that's completely fine. I would just leave them their choice. Question 49. How old were you when you found out Santa wasn't real? Getting into some more traditions, specific Swiss things. Here in Switzerland, Santa comes every December on the 6th of December. That's like the day of Saint Nicholas, which is the origin of Santa. So on Christmas Eve or Christmas, like basically, and we picture it as a sort of an angel-like figure that brings presents. And on the 6th of December, Santa comes. And the thing is, like, Santa actually came to my house. You can hire someone or like an agency does like offer that, and he came to my house quite a few times. I still don't know who he was actually. No one really knows. My grandma knew, my mother doesn't. But yeah, and he used to have this big fat book where he basically knew everything about you or what you did throughout the whole year. And he also visited my ballet performances, and I always like went out and looked for Santa, but like now I realize it was just like the person who played Santa who probably visited. So there's that. I believed in Santa quite a while, but I believed in this specific Santa, and I knew that every other Santa was not real, just that Santa. Now I know that it was also just a person playing, but there was like in this shopping mall we have near our, shopping mall, like grocery shopping center, there also used to be a Santa going around, and I had that notion that of course this cannot be a real Santa because my Santa was the real Santa. So I had chewing gum in my mouth and put it out and put it on his beard so I can like pull it and the beard would drop. He got quite angry then, but I didn't care. I was thinking I was really clever back then, so yeah. And with that angel thing, we call it Christkindli. Christkindli. See, well, like we really work towards the cliche of the in Switzerland. Christkindli. I figured that out quite early, but like I still believed in it because I always sneaked out of my room and watched my mom put the presents on the Christmas tree. But I always thought like she's helping her. And then sometimes it dropped. Like I think I was around 7 when it dropped that Christkindli is not real. Question 50, the last one, is why do you have a blog, or in this case a YouTube channel? Because I want to love all the people. No, because I like to talk about books. I want to work on my English, and I think it's a great way of connecting with other people. Now this video is extremely long and I don't want to upload it. I also won't be tagging anyone, but if you would like to do this tag, please do, because I think it's funny. And let me know if you like the more chatty approach or more either the more, like I will do both, but do you enjoy that I'm doing tags more in a chatty or slash discussion-y type? If you don't enjoy it, whatever, because I'm still going to do it because it's my channel, you know. And remember, if you don't like the content, don't watch it. Create your own content you are satisfied with. Just keep that in mind. Keep that in mind. We are all here to talk about books. We all love books. That's fine. If you don't enjoy a certain content, don't watch it. Create your own. Okay? That's the message of the video. Thanks for tagging me, Curtis, sort of. Kind of, really. Thanks for putting the burden on me that I have to upload a 32 minutes video. Thanks for having to restart my video phone, because I will go now and delete some pictures because I don't want that to happen again. So yeah, pro tip, keep that in mind before you start filming. Okay, thanks for watching. I will see you soon in another video. Bye!